I really don't understand what's the use of this hero. I find him extremely useless.
Completely ignored during team fights because of your passive. Also, you got no damage.
Centaur, bring our turn all attacks. Our pact with that pact. Stop you on your path. I see thirst, you're dead worst. So go away when I leave you in the dirt. My blow so sweet, my gold on your face. Vanguard is all I need. Keeps all I need. When it's time, I double stack. Run them down and lead them to lead. That's that. I like that. My axe will crack back. Roll my back. Die back from kickbacks on full snack.
Centaur War Runner. The warlord of meat who doesn't really do much damage, which is a lie, most of the time. The hero can actually chunk health bars with ease. He scales entirely off strength, which means that a late game Brad Warden turns into a Chad Warden. Now, I've always liked me some Centaur because I fully believe that Centaur farms faster than any other traditional offlaner. Mars, Axe, Beastmaster, Tide, even Underlord. Once you get yourself a Vanguard, you'll be clearing waves and camps in mere seconds, and because of this, you can get some pretty big items dummy fast. Now, with the huge net worth I've been racking up in these games, it got me thinking about a more interesting build besides the usual tank build. Preferably more damage oriented. And I got it! Refresher Orb, created for wizards my arse. This literally turns Centaur into an assassin who will personally come over to your house and unplug your controls.
I come for you.
Having double everything means if you have under 3k HP, he can 100-0 you in like 5 seconds without giving you time to react. You die. Oh my god! It's a really fun build to play, and it's actually legit because you get your normal Centaur stuff so you can still do your job, like Blink and Vanguard, but with a little seasoning on top. Little cheese. Some garnish. With a bit of sauce on the side. So the item build I tend to go for, you start off with the usual. You get brown boots into Vanguard. If you're against a lot of magic damage, I'm talking about a Zeus Veno lineup. You can grab at least a casual hood, but the Vanguard is very important for keeping your tempo up. Afterwards, a blink, and then we get on to the good stuff. Good stuff such as Aghanim. Eggs. His Aghanims is a great item for your team. It increases stampede duration by 1 second, it gives 40% damage reduction, and unobstructed pathing to everyone. It's great against team fighting teams, and since we're getting Refresher, you're looking at least 7 seconds of damage reduction. It's also vital for the build since it gives Centaur the necessary amount to fully use Refresher Orb, since it turns out Centaur is just straight monkey brain. At this point we're going to be sitting between 20 to 30 minutes, so you can go ahead and grab a shard. Every time you hit an enemy double edge, you gain a stacking strength buff which lasts for 15 seconds. Now, this one's weird. It gives him an increase to the damage output due to the double edge scaling off of his strength, but because double edge does more damage to yourself the more you use it, in longer team fights you can really fuck yourself up. And now for the finishing touch. Refresher Orb. With double everything you can stun lock people to death, which works great with his level 25 talent. The double edge or
Pod Edge
is a great burst which also gives you double the stacks for your charge. And obviously the double stampede which can absolutely dumpster health bars.
Man, fucking meow!
And equally give your team a lot of defense whilst making your melee carries unkiteable due to the max movement speed buff. Every time I use this, it shocks me at how much damage you can truly output with this absolute meat stack of a hero. I usually get to this point around 35 to 40 minutes, and now you can fill out the flaws in the build. So BKB to help pull off the burst combo, Heart for more damage, Shivas for armor and AoE burst, and so on. Centaur could be such a powerhouse if played to his timings. He can really open up the map early game and blow people up late game, but you gotta keep his momentum up since you're never quite as tanky as you expect. So Centaur has the most game impact between when he gets Vanguard, up until about 25 minutes, so that Vanguard timing is important. Hopefully you can get Vanguard before 10 minutes, if not, don't worry, the fat stacks of cash will come flying in. So with your Vanguard, your job is to open up the map for your carry by applying constant pressure to the enemy towers, moving from lane to lane, taking tower hits in turn, melting waves of creeps and forcing the enemy to move onto your position. Getting the tier 1 towers before 20 minutes is a good goal to set. Somewhere within those 20 minutes you should be able to pick up your Blink Dagger. Keeping up the pressure, you can work with your team to take tier 2 towers and then move on to Roshan. You'll be close to finishing Axe at about the same time, and now you can see Chai Ground with Aegis and a team fighting Acronyms upgrade you just yoinked. If the game is still going on after that, we can grab the Shard and finish it off with a Refresher. This is a great power spike for you and your team, since your damage skyrockets and everyone becomes that bit much tankier for 7 to 10 seconds. Flash farm between ultimates, take objectives, and stomp them into the dirt. Simple. And that's the build. It feels solid, different, and it's in line with what Centaur has to do, so you won't get shouted at by your team. I've taken a mid to get early Vanguard timings, but some of those matchups are quite rough. So stick to the offlane, stick to the enemy towers, and stomp some games with this refreshing Centaur build. Until next time, farewell.